welcome back to my creative journaling series for beginners. In the last video, we covered supplies to get started. Today, I want to go over easy techniques for decorating your journal pages creatively, even if you don't know how to draw. First and foremost, remember there are no rules in creative journaling. This is just for you, so don't stress about doing it perfectly. Creative journaling is all about expressing yourself freely. In today's video, I'll be journaling about a lovely August day last year that included a Japanese lunch date with my parents. We went to Hokkaido Ramen Santoka, one of our favorite ramen places. Then I treated myself to a salon visit for a haircut and afternoon tea. It was such a nice pampered day. While journaling this special memory, I'll share some simple techniques and tips for decorating your journal pages using easy-to-find supplies. Even if you don't have the exact products I use, I'll offer close alternatives you can substitute with items you likely already have at home. My goal is to inspire you to get creative with whatever supplies you have on hand to make your journal uniquely yours. I'll share ideas to help you document your meaningful memories and add visual interest to your pages without needing any specialized or expensive materials. So grab your journal and a few basic supplies and let's get started decorating our pages together. Let's start by preparing the main supplies and tools we will use to decorate this page. First up, photos. I printed the small photos using the Maldive Collage mobile app to arrange 9 images on one 4x6-inch sheet. This allows me to efficiently print lots of tiny memories in one go. I sent the files to an online printing service, but you could also print at home if you have a printer. Next, I gathered some free ephemera pieces I've collected that relate to this memory. I'm all about repurposing free things like brochures, business cards, and even restaurant placements or napkins in my journal for memorabilia. To keep collected paper bits organized, I store them in this clear book divided by month. This way, I can easily find ephemera from past experiences when I'm ready to journal them. I recommend keeping your eyes open for unique free paper pieces you can incorporate into your journaling. For example, here, I have the chopsticks holder from the ramen restaurant with the restaurant's name and logo, and the business card from the salon where I got my haircut and afternoon tea. Now that my photos and ephemera are prepped, I'm ready to decorate the page. I'll use these supplies along with some colored fine liner pens, scissors, double-sided tape, and glue stick that I have on hand. Next, I like to play around with the elements I've gathered and experiment with different layouts before committing to gluing anything down. I'll loosely move around the photos and ephemera pieces on the journal page to visualize how I want to arrange them. This allows me to try out a few different layouts before finalizing the design. For this page, I think I want to place the restaurant logo on top, then place the salon business card at the bottom as a tip-in for more writing space. I noticed there is a large blank space here on the right side of my page. I think this is a perfect spot to create a little theme collage about my salon visit, since a big part of the experience was enjoying the afternoon tea. To start the tea time collage, I'm going to use this pretty vintage floral gift wrap that has a nice shabby chic look and feel. Cutting pieces from used wrapping paper is a great collage material. Next, I'll flip through this old Victorian magazine and found a lovely photo of tea that I can incorporate. Repurposing magazine clippings is an easy way to add images when you don't have printed photos, stickers, or pieces of ephemera. I'll also grab some scraps of tissue paper in white and craft paper for texture. By gathering a few supplies in the same color scheme, I can make a cohesive little collage. I'll arrange and glue the pieces within this small space to create a tea time scene. Collaging is one of my favorite techniques for decorating journal pages. Since I received a request in the last video to share more about collaging, let me provide you some tips on this fun and easy technique. Collaging simply means creating a piece of art by adhering various materials like paper, photos, fabric, and more onto a surface. You can collage onto a small or a large area. Some tips for simple collaging. First, collect paper bits like magazine clippings, photos, printed images, wrapping paper, maps, papers with texture, etc. to use. Choose a color scheme or theme to keep your collage cohesive. Layer the papers for depth and interest using glue. Then add little finishing touches like sticker stamps or cut-out images. So don't be intimidated to try collaging. You don't need artistic skills to snip paper and glue it down creatively. In addition to the quick collage we'll create today, I'll link below to some of my previous videos showing full page and two-page collages in case you want to try larger collage pieces. Collaging allows you to tell visual stories, document memories, and express creativity in your journal. Feel free to follow along and make mini collages of your own as we decorate today. When collaging, keep in mind that it doesn't need to look perfect. Some of my favorite tips for adding interest and textures include: first, tearing edges rather than cutting for a natural rugged look because the uneven edges add depth. Second, crumpling or wrinkling paper slightly before adhering them. This creates nice visual texture and dimension. Third, layering pieces unevenly and allowing some edges to be visible. The layered, peekaboo look has a charming feel. And lastly, letting a few elements to be placed slightly off kilter rather than precisely lined up. The playful asymmetry looks artsy. The beauty of collage is that it's a bit messy and raw by nature. So don't worry about perfection. Embrace the imperfections and keep the look handmade. Playing with the layout first allows you to see what feels right for the story you want the page to tell. Don't be afraid to move things around or add some bits and pieces until you find a pleasing arrangement that excites you. Feel free to substitute stickers, sheets, magazine cutouts, or other ephemera you have for the pieces I'm using. Get creative with whatever you have available to make your journaling unique. The key is to use whatever supplies you're drawn to and slowly build skills at your own pace. Focus on enjoying the creative process rather than judging your final pages. Once I have a layout I love, it will be time to start gluing. But always take time to thoughtfully design the page before permanently adhering your precious elements. Before gluing, I use a pencil to mark where I plan to place the elements on the paper. I prefer using a glue stick for paper and double-sided tape to adhere photos and thicker papers. Now let's add this business card as a tip-in. Adding tip-ins to your creative journal is a fantastic way to introduce interest, dimension, and most importantly, more space for journaling. Tip-ins are essentially additional elements that are attached to the page but can be flipped or lifted, revealing hidden content underneath. I personally like using a strip of washi tape to add a tip-in. The variety of designs and colors of washi tapes make it a perfect choice. However, if you don't have washi tape on hand, don't worry. You can use alternative materials like decorating masking tape, a clear tape, or you can even repurpose an old magazine cutout to create a DIY hinge. The goal is to get creative with what you have. Now that I've adhered my main photos, ephemera, and collage pieces, I'm taking one final look to see if I want to add any finishing touches. When journaling, I like to check for any awkward empty areas that could use a little something. Here, I noticed the top right and bottom left corner look a bit bare compared to the rest of the embellished page. So to create more cohesion and finish off those corners, I'll add some coordinating strips of paper. I'm tearing thin strips from the same floral gift wrapper to add to the top right of the page. This will help it feel more integrated. And I'll add on some torn pieces of the brown craft paper to anchor it. Adding little details with paper strips, washi tape, stamps, or other embellishment is a great way to tie your whole page together. It helps complete the layered collage look. So take time reviewing your finished journal spread and see if there are any empty areas that need just a touch more for balance. Now that we've embellished our page, it's time to add the journaling text to complete the spread. I'll first write the date and script using this black Stellar fine liner pen. I like how the fine tip allows me to get detailed with lettering. I'm writing a few sentences summarizing this lovely day. Next, I'll underline keywords throughout my entry using this light green fine liner to help them stand out. This is an easy way to draw attention to important elements like the food I ate, the name of the salon, special moments, etc. Finally, I use the brown fine liner to add a simple decorative border around the date with some stylish strokes and swirls. This helps frame the date nicely. When journaling, consider ways you can creatively incorporate text beyond just writing paragraphs. Underlining with color pens, framing key phrases in shapes or lines, varying your lettering, these touches help integrate your words into the design. The techniques and ideas I've shared in this beginner creative journaling series are just to give you inspiration and help you get started. But the ultimate goal is for you to develop your own unique journaling style that brings you joy. Experiment and play to find what ways of decorating and writing feel most meaningful for you. Let your pages reflect your personal taste and what you want to remember. Use the tips I've provided as a jumping off point, but don't feel limited by them. Adapt them and make them your own. The beauty of journaling is that it is an outlet for self-expression and processing your thoughts creatively. Don't worry about copying someone else's style perfectly. Instead, focus on what feels right for you. That may evolve over time as you learn new techniques too. But embrace what makes your journaling feel special. Most importantly, remember to relax and have fun with the process of documenting your days and interests. If you want even more creative journaling ideas, be sure to check out some of my other journaling playlists, links to which I'll add in the description below. Now I'd like to know, what creative journaling techniques are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this creative journaling community.